Peace, love, and blessings. I want to give a shout out and pay some respects to our military and law enforcement. I have family in military and family in law enforcement. Okay? And I'm ex-law enforcement. Worked as a CO before I started doing celebrity bodyguard work. It hits me home when I hear stories about military families, because I have so much love and respect for them. And to hear that Kamala Harris did not show up, but knowing how she moves, it doesn't surprise me. But to sit up there and throw flame on Donald Trump because he showed up, by now, everybody knows what's going on. Large individuals know now. The Democrat Party are trying their best not to allow Donald Trump to win this election because they know that their time is up. I'm going to let this thing play, and we're going to wrap a taste a little bit. Once again, to law enforcement and military, those that are present and those that have passed, I send my heart out to you and my love for you. Pray for your families. I pray for the organizations, all military organizations, all law enforcement agencies. Your boy Big Truck here at the King's Table loves you and keeping you in our prayers. Let's go.
Here's another case where the media is also weighing in. I'll let you set this up, Joey, because I know this one's close to your heart.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Section 60 in Arlington is essentially where all of the killed in action are buried from Mine and Pete's War, the 20-year war, Afghanistan and Iraq. And it's very well known to us, and it's something that's very near and dear to us. I've seen Westboro Baptist Church protest there. I've seen a half dozen of my friends buried there. And essentially what has happened is President Trump was invited by the families of the 13 Afghanistan heroes that were killed at the Abbey Gate to come and present a wreath. And then afterwards, he was invited to visit graves. The original, or the initial reaction was, this was so solemn and quiet and respectful. But now with a little bit of detail, Kamala Harris and the entire Democrat establishment is attacking President Trump for simply visiting the graves of those heroes and at the request of family members taking pictures. This is Kamala Harris's post on X. She said,
God damn it! The families requested him. Any type of interview thus far, Donald Trump showed. He showed up. Where were you, Kamala Harris? Where were you? But yet, your strategy using celebrity puppets, using black celebrities as puppets to gain black votes, that's your strategy.
Let me be clear. The former president disrespected sacred ground, all for the sake of a political stunt. This is nothing new from Donald Trump. This is a man who has called our fallen service members suckers and losers and despairs Medal of Honor recipients. This is a man who is unable to comprehend anything other than service to himself. First of all, there's a lies in that statement. But to put those on the side for a minute and just look at what she said about how he disgraced or dishonored a solemn place. Ma'am, he showed up.
Thank you. Thank you. He showed up, and he was invited by those families, the Gold Star family. And my heart and my prayer is for each and every Gold Star family member. Your boy Big Truck here at the King's Table loves you and appreciates you. And any other family members or individuals that are in the military, active or inactive, law enforcement, active or inactive, You got to give credit where credit is due. And I put some respect on all of that. And I take that very seriously.
To National Cemetery. Where were you? These service members died, apparently, while you were the last person in the room making decisions that led to their death. I've never heard you utter their names. I've never seen you meet with their parents, many of whom invited Donald Trump to be there. I've spoken to their parents. I've met them and shaken their hands and hugged their necks. Where the hell were you on that day? And all you want to do is make a political point out of it. You're the one making this for show, and that is absolutely dishonorable.
Well, you spoke about the parents, and here's what they had to say.
We invited President Trump. We are the ones that asked for the video and the pictures to be taken. President Trump has been there for us from the very beginning, when our son and the other 12 of his brothers and sisters in arms were murdered due to your negligence and uncaring attitude towards our military.
Why did we want Trump there? It wasn't to help his political campaign. We wanted a leader. That explains why you and Joe didn't get a call.
Vice President Harris, I ask you, why won't you return a call and explain to us how you call my daughter-in-law's death a success? Vice President Harris, why will you not express your condolences yourself? Why have we never heard from you? And finally, why would you take a day where we celebrated the death of our loved one and use it to disparage not only them, but us?
But she's black. She's a black woman. Everybody hating on Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is for the people. Bullshit. Donald Trump's for the people. This is proof. What more proof do you need? It's 5 o'clock in the morning here on the West Coast. I was waking up, text messages about this interview. And shout out to Fox News. Say, Truck, you gotta speak on this. You gotta speak on this. Because you ex-law enforcement. You do what you do. And to play this whole thing through and just to hear it, it pisses me off. It really does. It fucking pisses me off. Not only that, because the level of respect that I have for military and law enforcement, it pisses me off. It really does. Bullshit. And you have families that have lost loved ones. Really? But yeah, you want to try to throw flame on Donald Trump? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Because this is heartbreaking, but I want to ask you, Pete, just from a political perspective, why the heck would Kamala Harris weigh in on this when she has blood on her hands here? This is, I just, from a political point of view, this is dumb.
Well, their entire premise of Joe Biden's campaign and hers is predicated on hoaxes about Donald Trump, right? Fine people hoax, suckers and losers hoax, Charles, all these. So this is another hoax, Arlington hoax, trying to make him, because listen, when you watch TV, when I saw Donald Trump there, the first thing I thought watching it live was, where the hell is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris?
I text Ryan Mass and said, what was the protocol
is going
for him to be there?
Absolutely.
Like, it was like, it was really amazing to me that a former president, not a sitting representative of the current government, was there. It was almost
Exactly. So
it was
why weigh in
jaw-dropping.
on it?
I want those who follow me, like I said, I'm a new channel, still growing. I got like, what, 2,000 followers, whatever. I know it's going to increase as I continue to get this word out there. But this is the thing I want to focus on here. This man went out of his way. This man showed up. This man did the footwork. He's not doing it for political gains. He's doing it from his heart. All those events that Trump showed up, he showed up because he wanted to. Even though in this here, the family requested him, of course, but he still showed up. The Black Journalist Expo, where he was totally disrespected, he still showed up. Where was Kamala Harris? She ain't showed up for nothing, but want to change the rules of a presidential debate so it can work in her favor. Nah, you're going to feel the fire. You got to go through the process like everybody else do. Not going to change the rules. Like I tell you people, Kamala Harris against front office, country's fucked. Trump take his seat back in office, you're going to see a total shift. And if Donald Trump's people watching this, please get at me. I would love to be a part of your security detail. Let's go.
This just brings up Afghanistan for them.
They think they can make it all about him again. That's their political.
It's not gonna work
That's
this
the state.
time.
I don't think so either. They're
working.
flailing on this, but they've counted on hoaxes that then get perpetuated by the media to create a caricature of Donald Trump when these families know the real deal.
Yeah.
And what everything Joey said is true. He was invited, he went, and then based on anonymous sources, they're trying to smear him as someone who disrespect. By the way, Joe Biden has a campaign ad that puts him in Section 60 from 2020. Like
Wow.
if this is so terrible, they've done the same thing. But they just did it for their own political benefit. He did it. You know who wanted
He
the
did it
cameras
to
there?
console.
You know who wanted the cameras there? The families.
Yes.
Yep.
Because the families want people to not forget what happened to those 13.
And they're deeply hurt that the Kamala Harris Biden administration has forgotten them. I think it's so important to note they've never said their names.
Make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.